Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the second video on this incredible Rocky Mountain Juniper. On the first video we saw all the process of repotting. Now it's been a year, the tree grew very well, so we're gonna start bending branches and create the primary structural shape. The first operation will be to clean very well the live line and highlight the contrast between the live line and the dead wood. And then I will start by cleaning the green and prepare for raffia, wiring and positioning. Cleaning the old bark is very important. You can see here, I remove the old bark. All this part of the wave is that. The live line is under here. So now I will remove these to highlight the dead wood and basically get it like this stage. This part was more exposed, so already in nature the bark went away, leaving only the live line. But here that was more protected, the bark was still on top of the dead wood, and now I'm cleaning this part off. You can see already here the change between the bumpy living part, here the active vein, and the dead wood that, as you can see, underneath is dry. Using the Rudiban, just finish the cleaning of this section. You can see already some of the beauty of the pattern of the wood here, recognizing the growing pattern of the tree, some strong ears and some weaker ones. So when the tree grows in this way, like a big wave, we don't get rings of growth all around, but the live line grow only in one direction. You see, this is the live line. So on one time, probably when this twist happened, this was a little branch that was bent down and then got strength and start growing down, creating this beautiful movement that now we have partially in the front of the tree. I'm almost done with the dead wood. Clean everything, go inside of some deep area when trunk and trunk touch and they grow against. There is a lot of bark there. I need to clean it so that bark will not start rotting now that the weather condition where the tree grow change. They come from very, very cold and dry area, most of them in Wyoming. So when you move them, obviously the green and the tree is much, is happier because there is a better growing condition, better soil. But the dead wood that develop in a drier environment can eventually start rotting in case the environment change and there is a higher degree of humidity. That's why cleaning all these areas is very important to preserve the dead wood, because we always want the dead wood to be able to breathe. It's not important to overprotect it and close eventually the pores, but it's important that the dead wood can get wet and dry all the time. This is what makes the dead wood last a long time. So now here with the guys, we were talking a little bit about the style of the tree. I love the overall movement to the left. It's very strong. And actually, the owner team was thinking about I was going to move these branches to the right side of the tree. What I think, having such a massive movement there, is that if I create a visual contrast with the foliage in the right side, I will increase the horizontal look of the tree. So to have a much dramatic overall look that can basically visually connect this new gene with the old trunk and dead wood and highlight the attention of the focal point that is the massive twist of the live line here in the front. My goal is to bend down this branch in the back, create depth, and then I have this branch that actually is nice and flexible, kind of, and can go down and basically with the green I can mimic and create a visual link between the older and the newer deadwood, insisting the visual weight of the apex over the live line to drive the eyes of the observer in the direction I want. So basically that's what I want to do. So I will put some raffia in the leading branches and then find a way to bend them in the direction I want and create the shape of the tree. Now that all the cleaning is done, I'm kind of finding out the plan for using those two branches. You can see they kind of bifurcate and they compete. So I need to use the left one, the leaving left, to create some back, and my plan is to use the right one to bend it down towards the left and create the apex. When we do this type of work, we have always to analyze the branches, and as you can see here, the left one has a natural shari, so it will be pretty difficult to bend, but I need to try anyway. The right one is much easier because the branch is all alive, is already flexible, so need to start preparing the left one for the raffia. I will see if I can create a little bit of separation between the deadwood and the living part to have and gain more flexibility there, and then put raffia on the other guy, already knowing that he's gonna bend pretty easily. It's always a challenge working on these old trees because the wood can be pretty stiff, and most of the time we need, in order to create a crown, we need to bend some of the branches, and we don't want to hurt the tree with the risk of losing important parts for the future design. So I will start protecting with the raffia, and I also hope that the wet raffia, a little bit the moisture be absorbed in the deadwood, can make also the deadwood a little bit more flexible. I remove some of the deadwood to make the branch more flexible, and now I will put some wet paper and raffia to help moving this section, and also the wet paper will help recovering the wood after the bend. So I just finished putting in position the back branch and the lower left branch. I had to bend this one a lot. As you could see, I take away the shari. This was the most difficult one. This was easy, but I have to take away some dead wood here in order to bend the live line, protect with raffia, put some paper, wet paper in to help also the fiber to recover after bending, and then with the wire and some guy wire put it down to create this section. I think this green match very well with the movement of this section, and as I said originally, move also towards the big gin that we have here in the left side. And now I will prepare this branch, putting a couple of pieces of wire to hold. It will be much easier bend than this one, and then the idea is to move it towards this guy in order to create the top in this position, and then I will decide what to do with the right part, if I want to remove some branches or I want to still use them for have a kind of an extra framing for the trunk because it's such a big tree. We just finished bending this section using two anchor point, one in the back and one here in the front, so I could move the branch toward the other, pushing a little bit back and get all the green over this section. So now I already have some primary wire. I will start positioning this branch here. This will be my frontal branch. This long one will be my right branch, and I can start building up the apex. And so we will see probably at the end of the work, and we have the last with the styling of this incredible Rocky Mountain Juniper. It's been 2 days of intense work, a lot of cleaning on the dead wood, making the gin, some structural work that you see on bending some of the branches to create the shape. I'm pretty happy about the final look with the apex and the most part of the green going towards the left, where is the direction of this incredible gin, almost acting that the wind and the weather move the tree in a certain direction, rebalancing that with some of these horizontal gin, very strong, and highlighting the drama of the entire composition. Just finished doing some cleaning of the line, letting some elongation, especially on this part and a little bit in the back, to frame a little bit more the trunk and create a little bit more volume. The tree is very massive, so I like to have not just a a little foliage. I would like to fill it in time and get nice and dense. Really looking forward of the evolution of this incredible tree. Thank you, team, for trusting of me for this first styling. I'm glad I work on this tree. I love it. It's fantastic. I also hope you enjoyed this video. See you at the next.